welcome to Fossil Arcade for this review of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. This was an unconventional 2D platformer for the GameCube, played using the DK Bongos. This was a novelty controller released in 2004. The bongos have a really nice look for the Donkey Kong style, and they're built to withstand quite a beating. Most people would recognise the DK Bongos from Donkey Konga, a series of rhythm games co-developed by Namco as a Nintendo version of the Taiko Drum Master series. The two share many similarities. Whilst you use wooden sticks to bang the taiko drums, you play the DK bongos with your hands. There's also a microphone for picking up claps, although I usually just tap the side as it's faster and less effort. Personally, I find the gameplay of Donkey Konga to be fairly dull. Playing with the bongos is a lot of fun, but due to lackluster song choices, it doesn't hold my attention for long. I've tried multiplayer with a lot of friends over the years, but most people have had their fill after 4 or 5 songs. If you're a huge rhythm game fan, you're bound to feel differently. There are a few mini-games to reward you for collecting points, but they're really pretty bad as well. 2 Donkey Konga games were released in America and Europe, with a third instalment releasing exclusively in Japan. All regional variants have slightly different song choices, so if you're a hardcore collector, you may want to have them all. If you're intending to play any Japanese games on your GameCube, you'll need a freeloader or region unlocking chip, as well as a dedicated memory card formatted specifically for Japanese games. A memory card from any region can be set up for this by following menus in the game itself. So as a companion to Donkey Konga, Jungle Beat is an attempt to give the DK Bongos some more life by taking the same control scheme and applying it to a 2D platformer. It's a novel idea which preempts a lot of what Nintendo would go on to do with the Wii. You beat either the left or right drum to move, and both at the same time to jump. Performing creative jumps and mixing in a clap will help you collect more bananas and build up your beat combo score. The number of beats you perform equals your hit points, and taking damage from enemies will reduce that score. At the end of each world, your remaining beats will be tallied up. Earning enough will unlock further stages. On a surface level, it's easy to be cynical towards Jungle Beat. Despite being released at the tail end of the GameCube's life, it's an undoubtedly ugly game. With plain environments and low poly character design, it appears to be nothing more than something quickly thrown together to sell a few more bongos. But surprisingly, the gameplay is more fun than it looks. Everything has a very arcadey feel, and levels are well designed for replay value with hidden areas and secret combo opportunities. There's a hint of that Donkey Kong Country vibe under the surface. It's clear a lot of effort has gone into making this a unique experience. The development team behind this moves straight into creating Super Mario Galaxy, and you can easily pick out more than a few good ideas that were carried over. There are 4 main worlds to play through, as well as a secret or 2 for exploration or reaching a high score. There's the usual mixture of world designs such as caves, icy mountains, and of course, jungles, and gameplay gets mixed up a bit with racing, swimming, and auto-run stages. Ironically though, the bongos end up holding Jungle Beat back. To accommodate the unorthodox control style, the overall difficulty is kept very low. It's rare to take a hit from an enemy, and the boss battles in particular feel really cheap. This isn't to say the game isn't fun, but if you have the stamina, you can complete the entire thing in a single sitting, with only a handful of secrets to go back and explore. Or you might want to take a nap after an hour or so, which does stretch out the experience a little bit. Unlike most Nintendo games, this feels like one aimed squarely at much younger children, rather than an audience of all ages. I've enjoyed my time with it, but the novelty controller doesn't actually make up for the total lack of challenge. As well as hindering the difficulty, the noise created by the bongos drowns out anything coming from the game, overwhelming what is actually a very impressive soundtrack. In a further stroke of irony, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat is also devoid of any multiplayer options. Most people probably got this game when buying a second set of bongos for their Donkey Konga sessions, so to not offer some kind of multiplayer is a majorly missed opportunity. A racing minigame or relay challenge would have worked wonders to give Jungle Beat some value beyond its relatively short single player mode. Funnily enough, there was a Donkey Kong racing game for the DK Bongos in development, but it was eventually moved to the Wii without Donkey Kong Bongo support. There's definitely a very Wii feel here. Some of the boss battles have the makings of a good fighting minigame, being a simpler version of Wii Sports Boxing, or even ARMS for Nintendo Switch. This, versus a human opponent, could have been quite fun. Ultimately, Jungle Beat was given a re-release on the Wii, revamped with Wii remote controls. The DK Bongos are not compatible with the Wii version. I shouldn't pass judgment, as I've never played it, but I can't imagine removing the tactile feedback of the bongos is an improvement. So, to sum up, it's not easy for me to recommend Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Although I enjoyed the gameplay, I don't think it's worth owning the DK Bongos just for this. You're going to want to have a few Donkey Konga games around to get the most value from them, but as I already said, I don't think that series is particularly impressive either. Back in 2005, you couldn't complain much for getting this as a bonus for buying an extra set of bongos, but that's all it is, a bonus. Now it's just a weird game which you could add to your collection. But unless you are a hardcore GameCube collector or rhythm game fanatic, it probably isn't worth your time. I hope you enjoyed this review, thanks for watching.